So, President Uhuru Kenyatta met the One Kenya Alliance leaders alongside Raila Odinga in Mombasa in an attempt to get them to unite and support Raila to vie for presidency. It did not go as the president expected. So today, I want us to talk about that in the comments. Should Musalia Mudavadi, Gideon Moi, Kalonzo Musyoka, and Moses Wetangula support Raila Odinga, or should they just do their own thing separately? Let's discuss this. 20 marks below. I also have a summary of today's news and trending topics. Welcome to Speedfeed. Mr. Kimani Mbogwe is my name. Always delighted to have you here. Look, you could be watching DIY videos on Facebook, which I know is very tempting, but you're here on Speedfeed because we have a good show. I'm Anam Nagani. My point is, thanks for tuning in because we are live with a summary of the news today and a topic that I want you to give me your thoughts on in the comments, which is from President Uhuru's attempt to unite OKA, the One Kenya Alliance leaders, to get them to support Raila Odinga to vie for president. He met them yesterday at State House Mombasa, and he wants them to put their weight behind Raila. But the One Kenya team was not budging yet. They said that the only way they will come together with Raila is if they are coming to the table as equal partners, and they want Raila to support one of them instead. So there is no deal, at least for now. So today, our topic of discussion in the comments is from this: should they support Raila, or should Raila support one of them, or should they just all break apart and vie individually? What is the best option for them? Give me your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading them as we go on with the show. And speaking of elections, as I give you a summary of other news, House Majority Leader Amos Kimunya says the IEBC's campaign financing regulations will not see the light of day in Parliament. He feels they were not fair and MPs do not have enough time to discuss the capping bill. He has also raised issues with the IEBC's 40.9 billion shillings election budget. He says it's too expensive. In fact, he says we shouldn't be spending more than 10 billion to conduct elections. So it's not going to be a smooth sail for the IEBC trying to limit campaign spending and getting their 40.9 billion budget through Parliament. Amos Kimunya has read the Riot Act and will be following this, of course. Still with Parliament things, Minority Leader John Buddy and Mvita MP, who is Instagram favorite, Abdul Samad Nasir. I just had to say that. Yeah, they have moved a motion to compel the government to lift the curfew and movement restrictions. They argue that at this particular point, the most effective way to protect Kenyans is to roll out a massive vaccination exercise because the curfew is destroying the economy, yet there is a more effective way of dealing with the spread of COVID. And in other news now, the office of the DPP says it has a dossier that will prove the corruption and abuse of office charges facing Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu and hopefully secure a conviction. They revealed this in court yesterday, where the JSC also noted that they have evidence that the DCJ transacted 20 million shillings at the Supreme Court's parking lot and that she was in communication with a criminal suspect. Let's see. Those of you who are registering now and coming in as we give a summary of today's news and our main topic of the day, Jackson Mutuku is saying all faces are Oka. There will be 3 horses race in an effort to take DP to Sugoi. Boniface Atika, you're saying vice versa. Raila should support one of them. SK Senior says those men can't beat Baba alone. Let them support Baba. And who is Victor Kogo? Is just joining us now. Yes, give me your thoughts on today's topic. As per the description of this post, we are asking, should the One Kenya Alliance leaders support Raila Odinga or the other way? Should Raila Odinga support one of them instead? Yeah, let's take a look at some other news. Former IEBC Commissioner Margaret Mwachanya, interesting moment. She says that she will wait 20 years before revealing to Kenyans the real reasons and intrigues behind her resignation from the IEBC alongside other commissioners in 2018. Yeah, she was on Daybreak on Citizen yesterday when she said this. So do the math. 20 years from 2021 is 2041. That is the year we will get to know what really happened. I just want this to be very interesting, so I thought you should know it as well. Do with that information what you will, my friend. And speaking of things that take too long, the Auditor General, Nancy Gathungu, has revealed that we, the taxpayers, are losing money because the government has not connected the Lake Turkana wind power project to the national grid. It is absurd because the power generating project was completed and it is producing power, but the power lines to connect it to the national grid took way too long, and that the government has been fined 18 billion shillings so far for all the power that goes to waste. And this could be one of the reasons why power bills are going up, because the government needs money to pay fines for power that they are yet to tap. Just another day in Kenya. In other news, a female police officer in Narok is nursing injuries after being attacked by revelers who were partying at a club past curfew hours. Officer Faith Harriet is her name. She was on night patrol alongside other officers when they found a club that was operating past curfew hours, and they wanted to shut it down. And at that moment, the owner of the bar incited the revelers against the police. That is how she was assaulted and robbed of her phone. You can bet the police are going to be in this one. Yeah. The owner of the nightclub, wrong move. I can tell you that for free. The police are going to be all over your business. Speaking of partying and party goers, KRA has put Kenyans on notice that they will be reviewing excise duty for all excisable goods and services using the 4.97% as a current inflation rate, which means the price of alcohol is likely to go up in about 2 months. Since we, at this particular point, I don't have the knowledge in economics to break it down to you in simple things, so I'll just tell you what are some of the products that are eligible for excise duty. Yeah, this include fuel, beer, wines and spirits, food supplements, fruit juices. Fruit juices are eligible for excise tax. Bottled water, cigarettes, and their substitute, as well as motor vehicle imports. Yeah, so some of the things or products that are eligible for this. Some of the services include mobile internet data, bundles, and also, this is very important, the fees charged by money transfer services, yeah, like M-Pesa and the others, and also banks, the amount of money that the bank charges you for transfer of money. I think that if you have been using your mobile money, you've probably been seeing that message. They've been indicating that this transaction is subject to a certain percentage of excise duty. Yeah, that's what you need to know from that. Let's see who's checking in. Warogoro Kiai, uko hapa. You're just joining us now. Betsy Chella and everybody who's joining. Today we are talking about the One Kenya Alliance leaders. We were going to talk about Musalia Mudavadi, but then an interesting development. The president met One Kenya Alliance leaders yesterday in Mombasa, and he wanted them to throw their weight behind Raila Odinga. They say no deal yet. They want Raila Odinga to support one of them instead. And so today I'm asking, should One Kenya Alliance leaders support Raila, or should Raila support one of them instead for president? Interesting comments. David Chikala, you're saying the only person we know is the president of the Republic of Kenya, the president of the Republic of Kenya in 22 fan. And by the way, we soon are going to be starting a fan group for top fans on Facebook. Yeah, so you never miss an episode of Speedfeed, and we're going to be having these discussions in the group. Fantastic, right? It's a good idea. Yeah, we're gonna put some of you in the group. Yeah, Eugene Show, you're saying Nakuliza. Yes, I'm asking you because you will have to decide. We as Kenyans, you and me will decide at the end. Yeah, Eugene Show. And Eugene Mbaja, Sema. Yeah, let's see. This is, you're replying to Mutede Godfrey saying Raila should back one of them. He's been backed so many times. Thank you for your comments. Let's check out other news. Belgood MP Nelson Koech, he was captured on camera in an altercation with some of his constituents who were confronting him over the dilapidated state of a road in his constituency. There's a video here. Do we have a video?
We have a video.
Yeah, we have a video. It's coming up. So these are some of the screenshots. Yes, here he is. He was in an altercation with some of his constituents who were confronting him over a road that they feel he should have fixed. He, however, argued that the road was not under his jurisdiction or his mandate. He said the road was under Kera. So, homework for you just now. What does Kera stand for? Anicia, what does Kera stand for? Kera. Yeah? Tell me in the comments what Kera stands for. In other news, Kilifi Governor Amason Kingi spoke out after being ousted as the ODM chair in his county. He did not make a big fuss out of it. He just thanked ODM for that opportunity and he went on with his life, which is rare for Kenyan politicians. Yeah? ODM accused him of being disloyal to the party for calling for the formation of a coast region party, and so they had to remove him from his position. And he just thanked them and kaendelea na maisha. He's in his second term, not making a big fight out of it. Probably why. Hey, in other news, this item is very interesting. For those of you who have graduation problems, Technical University of Mombasa was ordered to pay a former student 250,000 shillings in damages for omitting his name from the university's 2018 graduation list. So the university argued that the student had disciplinary cases, but they couldn't prove that in court. And so the court ordered that he get some 250 Gs. That's 250,000 shillings for this. It's very interesting. If you have problems with your school and you feel aggrieved, you can go to court. Remember still, you guys, the story we did of TUK students who went to court because of useless degrees? Useless engineering degrees that they couldn't use. They're not recognized by the Engineering Board of Kenya. And they felt, let's go to court and sue our school for giving us degrees that are technically useless. Teddy Malaho on, you're saying Kenya Rural Roads Authority, which is true. It's Kenya Rural Roads Authority. How about urban roads? That's easy and easier. Yeah? What is it called? Kura, yes. Kenya Urban Roads Authority. It's good to know these things. Yeah? So that when you're when you meet your MP, you know exactly what they're responsible for and what they can directly do and what is technically out of their jurisdiction. Salah Blair, you're saying whoever they agree will get your vote. Commenting on today's story, top story, which is we're asking, should One Kenya Alliance leaders support Raila Odinga, or should the reverse happen? Should Raila support one of them? And this last story, it's a good read on Kenyans Society KE. Yeah? It's a good read. So, on today's good reads on Kenyans Society KE, well, it's a tragic story that has a heroic twist to it. It's by Mombi Mutoko. They always say, on Kenyans, you always find really nice stories to read. So read about the story of a heroic woman who did what? She wrestled an armed robber to save her husband. The details in this story made me smile, and I thought, it's very nice. Just go read it. Go read it. I want you to go and read it because you will come out smiling. Anyway, that's on Kenyans to Sura KE. I'll also be coming up to give you some headlines that you can get at this particular time on Kenyans. Cynthia Kanjiri, you're just joining us now. Let's see, someone else here says, there's someone who has sparked a debate here on Facebook. Mutedia Godfrey nasema, if they're all after the politics of endorsement, then Mudavadi or Kalonzo deserve it, but they'll never agree on this, and that's why WSR may beat them early in the morning. So in political debate, people are arguing that if One Kenya Alliance don't put their house in order, then DP Ruto is going to have an easy ride in next year's elections. Machai Anthony is saying Raila and Ruto should join hands. Is that going to happen? Is that still in the realm of reality? But this is politics, my friend. Uhuru Kenyatta is supporting Raila Odinga right now. You guys know the history. And Bernardo Da Vinci is saying, yep, Raila should support One Kenya Alliance. Thank you so much for your comments today. So let's check out, because there's some interesting news that have come out in the last hour or so. And I want you to go and check out some of these headlines on Kenyans.co.ke in case your bundles are running out and you need to stay up to date. Our top story right now is this is uproar after Eliud Kipchoge's reception at JKIA. So people right now are talking about the comparison between how Ugandan athletes were received when they came back home, because there was a whole entourage, there's a motorcade and people on the streets celebrating with them, and athletes were just sneaking back in like they just didn't come from the Olympics and won gold medals and made Kenya the country with the most